Hi, Danny Morrison here for the Danny Morrison Expert Comments alongside Rario.com and back in Sharjah, but a Monday madness, because when you look at that part of the world, you often like to go up front if you win the toss and bowl first to know what you're chasing. It is so tricky there at Sharjah. Sri Lanka, yes, that's what happened. They wanted to go up front and bowl first as a group and ask England to post a total. At one stage, when I look at that on this tricky surface, England's 3 for 35 when Johnny Bairstow got out. So with Bairstow getting out, the responsibility was huge on the shoulders of Jos Buttler and skipper Eoin Morgan. And they came to the fore. Amazing stuff. I mean, his first T20 100 in English colours. Yes, he's done it in franchise cricket, Jos Buttler, but what a time to get it in Sharjah when you are struggling and a little bit behind the clock in terms of a run rate. And for Eoin Morgan, you know, time in the middle, got a valuable 40 there off 36, had 3 sixes and a 4. Now, Morgan, we know, is a class act, but he really has been struggling in the India T20 for KKR, and then to come here hasn't really clicked as he would like. So those two putting on 112 for England. Buttler, extraordinary. Look at that. 6 of the best, 6 sixes and 6 fours, simply brilliant. And all of that mastery with his hand speed, his confidence on his feet. He's so quick down the pitch. And to unsettle the Sri Lankan bowlers and the spinners in the second 10. They were bogged down somewhat, England, as I mentioned, being 3 down for 35. And then for those two very experienced old heads to come to the fore was just the tonic when you really do like trying to bowl first and then chase down a total, because as we saw later on, very humid, very sticky, and the dew did come in, so very hard to hold the ball. And when I look at the reply, given that Chimera, he went around the track a bit, and it was really left to Hasaranga and Texana. So the spinners, again, they did that strang, and Texana, look at that, didn't get a wicket, but geez, none for 13 off 4. Look at that, 13 dots, and 11 dots to Hasaranga de Silva. What a class all-rounder he is proving to be, and a very, very exciting talent. Was he 3 for 21 and 4 for Hasaranga de Silva? So 163 for 4 posted, very challenging given that surface, even though the dew was coming in. And then, of course, you look at that England bowling attack, that lineup with variety and spin, left arm of Tamal Mills and Wokes, very useful, Chris Jordan. It is a dynamic side, to say the least. So in reply, again, Sri Lanka struggling, run out. Look, Nasasinka, run out for 1. So they're 1 for 1 when Nasasinka was run out. Just a shambles, really, that part of it. And then when you're 4 for 40 odd, and then all of a sudden you're 5 for 76, Sri Lanka, trying to track that down, you think, uh-oh. But again, that famous middle order now that's starting to get a good reputation there. And I look at the way things can pop about. And Rajapaksa, very good player. We know he is. He got to 26, couldn't convert anymore. Got it off 18. And I'm looking at his stats here, that 2 for 4 with a couple of 6s as well, those 2 4s. You thought just there, when he was just ticking along nicely with the skipper, Dasan Shananaka, I mean, just stunning. And those guys gave them some hope with some substance there. The skipper got 26 as well, but it was Hasaranga de Silva, and he came in at number 7. So there was a little bit of hope there for Sri Lanka. His innings of 34 from 21, a 6 and 3 4s, it just had a bit more substance to it. I remember watching it and thinking, they're in with a chance as long as he can stay there. But got caught on the fence, Hasaranga, and you just felt, once he got out, it really was the hopes of Sri Lanka slipping away. And then the tail, it did get blown away somewhat. So they got bowled out. They were all out for 137. At least they were going in that middle order and had a chance there, particularly with the skipper of Sri Lanka there and Hasaranga. When I look at the bowling figures, Adil Rashid, geez, he's useful. 2 for 15 with 10 dots. Quite outstanding in 3 overs. Wokesy, he got a wicket, went around a little bit, but he dropped a catch, and maybe his confidence was dented somewhat there and frustrated with a slippery ball in the night sky, making excuses for him possibly, but he's such a good all-round cricketer, and geez, he dropped a sitter really, and you thought, uh-oh. And as I say, Moeen Ali, he was 2 for 15. Rashid, I beg your pardon, he was 2 for 19. So when I look at the spin twins, they were getting it together, and were asking questions. And again, it's all about the spinners strangling the opposition in those middle overs between 7 and 15. Interesting though, Tamal Mills, sadly for him, just got just over 1.5 overs, and he had to go off with a thigh strain. Very injury prone, as we know. So tough for him. And Liam Livingston, he's a little surprise package, isn't he? 4 overs, 1 for 34 with his leggies and little Zoota floaters. So he's been getting through some overs, particularly, as I say, here in the UAE on these surfaces, been a bit of a surprise package. In the end, geez, what a tough decision for the player of the match, wasn't it? Josh Butler with an extraordinary 101 not out of 67 deliveries, 6 and 6, you name it. He's the star quality. And England, they are barnstorming along and looking very good to get to the playoffs and then, who knows, get into a final. England, well played.